Hi there. This is a video to show how I have personalized my Domino A5 Filofax. I had done a post when I first got this along with my Adelphi, and then I had a post or a video on my Adelphi and what I did. So now I'm going to show you how I have personalized this and kind of made it work appropriate for me. So the first thing I did was I colored in the black elastic, colored the elastic in black, sorry. You know, these come with a beige elastic, and I had watched a video where a girl, it was really good, great, she had an A5 Domino, I think hers was maybe purple, and she had colored the elastic in, and I thought that was a great idea. I didn't like that beige elastic. I felt like it looked kind of cheap, and I could see it getting very dingy, so, because I'm always throwing my Filofaxes and all my books and things into my bag, so I colored it in. It took a couple of coats with a good black marker, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it looks very classy. I wasn't sure how I would feel about using the elastic all the time, but I really like this book. I highly recommend it, especially if someone's thinking about getting an A5 for the first time, you're not sure if you'll like it. Try these out. They're great. It's really. I love the cover. I think it has a really nice quality. It doesn't feel cheap, and it's nice and stiff. And these are light too, much lighter than a lot of other. Like my other A5 is leather, and it's really heavy. So I really like this. So we're going to open it up here. It has a really nice suede inside, which is also very nice. I gotta stop rubbing that, though, I'm gonna get it dirty. You can see that this has already gotten a little grungy, right? So you can see this beige could be a problem, but we will see. I actually really like this inside too. So then I have some kind of clips here that are kind of colorful and cute. In that same post where she had colored her elastic, the girl had put a book in here and made it almost like a flex, like a Filofax flex binder, and I wanted to try to do that, but I haven't been able to find a notebook that works yet. But I like having these clips here, because then if I am trying to, like when I go to put a page in that doesn't quite fit, I'll usually just take a Filofax page as a marker, and I'll clip it on and then cut around it. So I love having these here, because if I'm personalizing, I can just grab these out of here real quick and put them in. So these are this is the first page, it's my dashboard page, and I use these, this is the flyleaf, but then I use these beautiful, these are dividers that I got at Staples, and they are actual dividers that, you know, that a student would use for their books or whatever. I love them. I think they're so pretty. And so what I did was I actually bought 2 packages of them, because in the pack it's kind of misleading. It has like this page on the front to show you what's in it, but then when you open it, there's 2 patterned dividers, 2 just plain gray ones, and then there's like a divider that has pockets in it, and I'll show you what the pocket one looked like, because what I did was I just took the pocket one apart to make more dividers here. So what I did the first time I discovered that was they did that cheat with the gray. So what I did was, when I went back, and I was kind of worried that they wouldn't have them, but they had tons, and new and other types too, like ones with kind of flower patterns and stuff. This is Staples in Canada. So when I went back, they had tons of them, and also so I got 2, and so then, to ensure that in my work one, in my Filofax, when I cut them down, I'd have enough for a pattern page for each of my dividers. Here comes my cat. So I might have to kick her off here in a second, but she's kind of funny. So yeah, so this is my first page. So then the next page is my monthly calendar. So I'll go over to there. Yeah, there she is looking at the book. So this one is almost like a collage of stamps. So you can see they're almost like a collage, except I didn't have to make the collage. And they're really beautiful. I love the sort of antique quality. They kind of have a travel quality, but also almost like, you know, kind of a school quality. She's rubbing up against the camera. There she goes. Okay, so this was the one that had, it was the one with the flaps. So I just tore it all apart and then it had 2 sides that were these nice stamp collages. So I'm just going to show you right now. Oh yeah, so my monthly pages are these kind. I cannot live without these. I have to have these a month on 2 days, just to sort of just to look at what I'm doing and kind of oversee everything. So that's always in all my Filofaxes. I have that as my first section. Now, from another sort of cheapy organizer, I got these I have all kinds of little pages in here that come from that. You can see they don't match up perfectly with the Filofax, but that's okay. This is a work binder, and I figure, sometimes I think that if you get too fussy and too particular about things like that, then you won't even use it. So I figure, hey, if it fits in, and the rings I didn't have to cut down at all. The rings all were the perfect size. So I thought, I'm popping those in. And I like them. They're actually really good. It doesn't matter that they don't fit in, that they're not the exact same size. What I'll do often is I'll put them in to my weekly section, but I'll show you that in a second. So this is another one of those dividers. You can see it's almost like a Venice scene. And my sections are, as you can see, I have my monthly, then weekly, projects. I'm not going to focus in because I find with my camera when I focus in it makes it a little wonky when I focus back out. But I've got weekly, projects, meetings, and then plans at the bottom. And I made all these myself. I cut them all out, and then I use my label maker to make the categories. So here's what my weekly calendar looks like. I'm going to go to kind of a blank one. So it's the, and I thought these were going to be fine for me for work, but they're not. There's not even nearly enough room. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm already, like, if you look at this kind of a page here, like I keep adding stuff because I can't put everything I need to do on these pages. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to, in the fall, these are fine for now because school's almost finished. And I don't mind sort of throwing some pages in there, but what I'm going to do in the fall is I'm going to get the business day per page ones, which I've looked at online, and they look great because they've got, your schedule of things. Then they have things to do, people to call, like a little category section over here too. So that's my plan. I know there's also one where it's a day and then notes, but I don't think I need that. I think if I have one page per day, I think with those little categories, I think I'll be good. So that's my plan for the fall. Here's what my projects page divider looks like, and really what it is I just took the same one as on the front, but I cut it in a different spot, so you can see that that letter is the same as this letter here, but I just moved it on the because it's a full, the dividers are like a full page size. So what I've got in here are these little project pages that are like from that other cheap book again. So you can see they're quite nice. So I've used a couple of those already, but like I say, it's the end of the year, so I don't have a lot of stuff going on. Then this is another one of those stamp pages, so I had a couple of those to use. And this is a communications meeting section, meetings. So this is another set of pages from that nice little set. And this is just meetings that you might have. It could be parent meetings or staff meetings or whatever. I got quite a few of those. And then just some colored pages. And then this is a nice one too that I've used in my other section there when that little page, when that little column for one day wasn't enough. I've used this. Then this is a plan, plans for the future, plans for what I want to be working on. So this is the same as this one, but I just did, cut it in a different spot, so it looks a little bit different. And then I'm just going to show you this. So now this is something that comes with a book. I'm going to show you where I got that divider in a second. So next we're going to go to my an envelope I just got. It was in a ring binder that had some artsy papers and things in it, but I just cut the ring pieces off. I hole punched, and I just use a regular size hole punch. These rings are quite big in these A5 Filofaxes, and I just use I looked online at hole punches to make smaller holes, but the ones for these, like these ones, are just like from that cheap book, are just regular size holes. So I just use a regular size hole puncher. Works great. They might be a little loose in there, but I don't care. So this, when I cut it out of the book and hole punched it, it kind of compromised the envelope and it was kind of coming apart. So I used some of that beautiful clear sheer Japanese tape. And again, that was an idea I got from one of the folks online who had used that tape for something. It's the most gorgeous tape. So you can go on Etsy or some of those places and get it. So this is great. So it has a section on each side and a pocket. So this now is my new contacts page, and it doesn't exactly match up with my kind of theme, but I couldn't resist putting it in, and I'm going to show you where I got this from, if you can just see that. It's a really cute little divider. It's got contacts as a little tab, and you can see it's kind of off-center a little bit, which would normally bug me, but I think it's really nice, and it's not something you're going to stare at all the time. It came from, I'm going to go up and show you, this book. I got this last weekend at Chapters in our Canadian bookstore here. And if you open it, it's got like these little pages like this. I'm not a mom, but as we all know, you can take a lot of these books and kind of make them your own. And see, it has all these little dividers. So the first divider was contacts. That was the first one up here, and that's the one I stole and put into my A5. And there's all kinds of nice pages too, and I think you saw there that I had taken one. It wasn't that hard. I'm going to go back and show you. Yeah, it's right here. And what I did was I took it and I just cut, I positioned a Filofax page in the middle, and I just cut, I crossed that out because I continued from the other page because I'm kind of planning a little party and it's on the front page. But I was wondering how they would look, but it looks great. I just cut the two sides off so that it would go in. So I'm going to cut more of these pages off and out and put them in. Like, I love these. You plan for the month. So that's a project. Business contacts. Some really neat pages in here. So I'm going to wait and see what I put this in. These are my contact pages. Now I'm going to find a section where there's no names. There we go. Okay. So this is I wasn't even sure if I was going to use these in my work binder, but then I figured, well, it's kind of a work/personal binder. So these are my pages. Again, these are from that little cheapy binder, and what I love about these are the same ones I used in my Adelphi, is they are, the dates and the tabs are on one page. So, because in the Filofax, if you get the colored ones, which I love. I know some people don't love them, but I really love the colored tabs for addresses and things. But if you get it from Filofax, it's the tab is just the divider, and then all the stuff is underneath. And I don't like that because it's too much paper. You don't need that much. So that's why I use those, and I really like them. So the next one here is to-do lists, and you can see here that this is awesome because it says to-do lists, and then it has a to-do list tab, and then ta-da, here are my Filofax to-do lists. I mean, what could be more perfect, right? So, and these are very, very cute. So that's where I have my to-do lists placed. And then you can see here that I have my map. Then I have this. This is the Martha Stewart. I'll move that out of the way. These are my Martha Stewart little tabs and post-its that fit in perfectly. Then I've used an elastic with the zipper to keep all my stickers and my post-its and stuff. I'm just going to go past this, but I'm just going to show you that this is actually the phone book for the district where I teach, and it slips right into this nice little, into my envelope, so I was pretty happy about that. This is just a directory kind of all the people that work for us. And so then here is an envelope that I got from another binder. I got this at it's like our TJ Maxx here in Canada. It's called Winners, and I again just hole punched it, cut it and hole punched it. Actually, I think it was hole punched, and I just added the holes where it wasn't the right number of holes, so I just added some and put it right in. And it's got two little flaps, which is great. And then here is my graph paper that came with my Domino. So there you have it. My work Domino. I love it. It's working great for me. Like I said, I'm going to get the new calendar in the fall, which I think will really help with making it a little more workable for me. But I highly recommend this one to people. It's a great starter one. It's a great student one. It's not very expensive, and especially if you get sort of personalizing it and doing stuff to it, it's a really great book. So thanks for watching.